We've packed our passports
and bought our phrase books. Shichako di kaimasu?
because we're off on our biggest, craziest adventure yet.
Delicious, delicious. We're travelling further than we've ever done before.
To uncover the authentic roots of Britain's favourite takeaway foods.
I've always wanted to know how to make proper sweet and sour sauce.
Going off the beaten track and being welcomed into some of Asia's hidden worlds.
How marvellous is this?
From the high rises and hot woks of Hong Kong.
The heat on this is really, really intense. But listen, it's like a jet engine. I love it.
To the sweltering tropics of Thailand,
We love a tuk-tuk!
where they say it's impossible to eat badly.
Thai food's arrived in Britain, but by crikey, it's only the tip of the iceberg. And we fulfil a lifelong ambition to explore Japan. That is perfect.
Wow, look at that.
I've just had a sushi gasm.
We finish up in South Korea, where the spicy cuisine is sensational.
This will go down a bomb down the local. So leather up and take to the road.
For one extremely hairy
Asian adventure! Look at that sight.
Wow.
Seoul, the capital city of South Korea, home to more than 10.5 million inhabitants.
It's all kind of surrounded by mountains, isn't it?
Yeah. In fact, South Korea has a massive mountain range that runs the length of the country, as well as stunning forests and a dramatic coastline.
The Korean peninsula is bordered by China and Russia to the north and the Yellow Sea to the south. It's a tantalisingly unexplored slice of East Asia.
But what do we know about Korean food? Well, in the UK, precious little, but it's coming. In the UK already, there are more than 50 Korean restaurants.
This exciting cuisine is gaining popularity fast, and with good reason. It's the spiciest in Asia, with chili a key ingredient. And boy, do they love a pickle. Thanks to their long cold winters, they have learned to preserve pretty much anything. They love their meat too. They inherited a huge appetite for beef from the Mongols who invaded in the 13th century.
Oh, you're getting me all excited!
We'd best get on our bikes and see what this country has to offer.
You know, Kingy, Korea was all one country as recently as the 20th century. Oh, look, the Royal Palace! Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? It was divided up after World War II, with the United States back in the south and the Soviet Union the north. In 1950, the North invaded, and for 3 years the South Koreans, plus nearly 2 million American troops, fought back. Oh, mate, this is the old part here, isn't it? And this is the only part that survived the war.
The war brought intense poverty, but in the 1970s, government schemes kick-started massive industrial growth and an export economy. And the South Koreans haven't looked back since.
In just 40 years, they've gone from being one of the poorest to one of the world's richest countries. Now, South Korea has the 13th largest economy on the planet and exports billions of pounds worth of cars and computers.
Here in Seoul, 1 in 80 people is a millionaire.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
You know, Sai, these folk have experienced such rapid change, I'm keen to find out what it's meant for their cuisine. Ah, now we're in the area where all the young hip folk hang out. But nobody's over 30.
Yeah, and before we find out about their traditional dishes, I want to know what's popular in Korean food now. So we're heading for the hip district of Hongdae, an area packed with bars and restaurants.
Now, Koreans are known as the Irish of Asia for their love, if you like, of a big night out. They're also known as the Italians of Asia for their fiery and exuberant personalities.
We're meeting two locals who've offered to give us a tour of some of their favourite eateries, teacher Keith and his actress friend Songa Min. They run a blog about life in Seoul in their spare time.
What a great vibe here. So what is
lovely,
this?
isn't it?
What
It's
is
very
this
gentle.
area? Yeah, it
So
is. It's nuts.
This area is called Hongdae, and Hongdae is basically a college town. But Hongdae is the name of a university here, and it's an art university. It's hers.
Ah,
The white building?
that's the university.
Yeah, that's my university, Hongdae.
Hey, you haven't moved far.
There's lots of clubs, lots of bars, lots of restaurants, 24 hours, lots of subculture as well.
I see a lot of parallels between this area and Barrow-in-Furness, actually, where I live. It's that kind of chic, artistic, kind of community bar on every corner kind of vibe. I'm really loving it.
And our first stop is a type of Korean food that's just starting to take off in the UK. Korean BBQ. Here in Seoul, you'll find places like this on almost every street corner.
So you see, I think this is fantastic.
It's basically the most popular Korean food there is. The reason being is because people eat it for dinner. It's pretty much eaten from noon until like 4 or 5 a.m.
Yeah.
No meal here is complete without an array of banchan, or side dishes. They're normally pickles, stir-fries or broths.
It's really quite... Now, that's a nice piece of ribeye.
That's beautiful. You don't cut, you just put the whole thing on and then
Yeah,
cut
whole
it up.
thing on.
Put the whole thing on, let it grill,
Yeah,
and
then after you cut it.
yeah.
Korea's rulers in the Middle Ages frowned on vegetarian Buddhists, so Koreans eat more meat than their Asian neighbours. In fact, there's no word for vegetarian in Korean. Koreans like their meat lean, marinated in soy sauce and sesame oil, and cooked by way of a tabletop grill with a mini extractor fan.
It's like a mega fondue of carnivorous
We
proportions.
share the same soup and share the same meat.
It's
And
lovely.
funny thing about Korean culture is that we all share this in one bowl.
Oh, that's lovely. What a
Yeah.
lovely thing to do.
So it feels like we're like a one family, right?
Oh, wow. What's the Korean barbecue etiquette?
You get this different kind of leaves.
Oh, right.
And you
So
put
you
the
stack your
barbecue
leaves.
in here,
Yeah.
and you put all the vegetables on your table, one by one.
Yeah.
So you put it like that, and here.
Fantastic.
Okay, can you try? Oh, how is it? It's okay.
Oh, brilliant.
Go for it.
That's beyond okay.
The leaf it's wrapped in is an Asian herb called perilla, which has a kind of hint of mint.
Whoa.
This is seriously tasty. Keith is one of Seoul's growing army of private tutors who are popular with parents who want to give their children the opportunities that they didn't have.
I teach at an after-school program. It starts at 5 o'clock, it ends at 10. And
Wow.
yeah, the students do that all the time. They after they finish school, they go to an academy for English,
Yes.
stay for like a couple hours. Then they'll go to a math academy in the same day. They'll finish around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, go home, do their homework, finish around like 2, 3 a.m., start all over again.
Yeah.
That's insane.
My academy, when I went to high school, it finished at 2 a.m. And
2
I had to
a.m.
go to school at 7 o'clock in the morning.
So the
That's
kids
how
would
we
have
do it in
5
Korea.
hours sleep.
74% of all pupils here have private after-school tutors. Korean students consistently outperform those from other countries in maths.
So do you guys wish there were more Korean restaurants back at home?
Yeah, definitely. And you want something hearty and lovely and tasty, share with your friends. It's fabulous. And the meat quality is superb.
Oh, it is. Absolutely.
Korean food, round 1. A massive meat feast. Result.
And the night begins.
And for round 2, we've been promised South Korea's most popular takeaway.
Yeah, so have you guys had Korean fried chicken?
No, but we've heard about it. So is this something that the Koreans managed to steal from the Americans?
Yes.
To make better?
Yes,
It
absolutely.
is kind of, but it has a lot of flavors like onions, spicy, very Korean sauce.
So you've nicked it from the States, brought it here, Koreanized it,
Yes?
and now the United States are going, we love what
it.
you've done with the chicken. Ah, brilliant.
I can't wait to try this.
Okay.
So go.
South Koreans' taste for fried chicken was heavily influenced by American culture in the 1950s.
And these days, their version of this tasty Western treat is flying out of the fryers.
Oh, wow. Hello, chef. May we enter the portals of crispiness? Yeah, brill!
South Koreans don't like oily food, so they've developed a double frying technique that renders out the fat in the skin. So you get a thin, crackly and almost see-through crust.
Oh, look, it's been dipped in chilies and all manner of good Korean things.
Oh, look at that. 이거 뭐가 들어가?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
It's so hot. Sorry.
How is it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. It's very good, man.
It's sweet, it's spicy, it's juicy. Because the chicken is just steamed in that double fried coffin and crumbs. You know, there's nothing mean or reserved about that, is there?
Nothing at all. Particularly when I've just seen them put onion rings into the fryer with the same batter.
And you know, the best part is, chicken like this, they deliver it to your house. It's a very big culture for chicken delivery. Chicken delivery.
You can deliver anywhere.
To where?
Anytime.
Like anywhere.
Like 24 hours, anytime. Like if you're walking down the river and like, boom, you want to have a chicken, you can go like, can you deliver to Bridge and deliver?
I'm under this bridge, come find me. And then when they come, they'll give you a call, they'll look for you and then deliver it to you.
What a service.
When we first arrived in Korea, I thought the city was quite grey.
Yes, so did I.
I found colour tonight.
So have I. Scratch the surface, boom, boom, shake the room.
Yeah, that is absolutely stunning stuff. It's not greasy.
No.
It can't be unhealthy. Anything that good can't be bad for you. Once a week.
Oh, I'm liking it here, Dave. A country that puts a spicy stamp on a Western takeaway classic has got to be all right in my book.
It must be so exciting to be young in South Korea today, Kingy. It seems like the land of opportunity.
Father, gentleman.
It's also the home of a massive music phenomena. Korean pop, or K-pop for short. You might even recognise the odd track.
You've got to put shapes together. What are you doing? I've run out of batteries, thank God for that. What sort of dance is that?
That is Gangnam style.
It's wrong.
It's cool funk and everybody's doing it.
We've been invited to cook for K-pop singer Jessica H.O. at the home of stylist Sarah and her husband, architect Jiwan. Jessica is a product of the hugely successful South Korean hit factory system.
Now, what was that?
Whoa, up on the roof. And what do you do when you meet a pop star? Challenge them to a rap-off, of course.
You won.
Oh, right.
So paper. So scissors cut paper. Right.
Right, so I go first, huh?
Okay. You ready?
Right.
5 seconds. Stand by.
I don't understand. Just let him go.
No. Right, it's fine. My name is Dave and this is Sai. We come here to cook some Korean pie. The Koreans, they like their chili, but wash your hands because you get a red hot willy. Hey!
That was good. That's pretty good.
Korea.
That's pretty good. That was a freestyle?
Okay. Well, you got to do. What do you want? 60s.
Okay, I'll just do like a 5-second thing. Ready?
Yeah.
Right, ready? What is it?
This one goes out to the bimbos. Try to copy my style, go to Kinko's. Is your boy sweating me? Bingo. I had your wall lean back, limbo.
Yes! I lose.
Dude. You just got to work on your accent. That would have been smashing.
Yeah.
I think so.
I've got to tell you.
Yeah. I think
The lady wins.
Yeah, I think I haven't got the attitude, have I really?
Got it.
Thank you.
Can musicians make money here? How does it work?
Definitely musicians could make money here. I mean, the K-pop right now is so big and viral right now, so it's a good opportunity right now for me.
She's not wrong. K-pop's one of Korea's biggest exports and worth hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
They spend a lot of money as well because How long have you been training? For example?
For a really long time.
Korea, they train a long time. So artists can come into the company like 10 years or maybe 7 years before they even debut. So they'll be practicing dance, learn multiple languages like Japanese and English.
Oh, wow.
And then debut.
Oh, enough K-pop already. It's time for us hairy bikers to make our K-cooking debut. We're going to do a spicy octopus stew packed with the chili kick Koreans love.
This is just a tasty, fiery snack that a K-popper would have when he's out on a night out to give you a bit of a lift. The old hips are gone, don't need replacing anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Can you stop? Will you get on with it?
Yep, right. Octopus. Come on, Cedric. I'm preparing the baby octopus by removing the beak and separating the legs from the head.
Whilst Dave deals with Cedric, I'm whipping up a spicy sauce for the stew.
I'm taking a piece of root ginger, about the size of a £2 coin, and I'm grating it into a bowl. I will then crush 3 cloves of garlic and add to the same bowl as the ginger.
Koreans love octopus and they even eat it live because they think it increases male stamina. I think the squid and octopus, when it's prepared properly, it's one of the most delicious things. When it's not prepared properly,
It's minging.
minging. There is nothing worse than a tough octopusy. It's horrible, like eating rubber bands. Ours, however, we want it to be K-pop-tastic, melting your mouth ski. Boom, bam, bam, boom, bam. Now pop this in the boiling water for precisely 90 seconds. Not a second more, not a second less. And go. Swim, Cedric, swim. Now, it's not swimming, it's just bubbling in the boiling water.
Now my sauce gets its fire. First, 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Then, a key Korean ingredient, gochujang, or red pepper paste. The fermentation process mellows the hot flavours of fiery chilies mixed with rice, soybeans and salt. Koreans use it in everything. Then, add a teaspoon each of soy sauce and mirin before adding a dollop of golden syrup for sweetness and mix it all together. Sauce done.
5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. That is your meat.
Dude, you're a star.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
man.
Now, to stop them cooking, pop them in cold water. Now, all I need to do now is to chop the tentacles up into bite-sized pieces, take the skin off the head pieces, and Bob's your uncle. Juicy, juicy squid ready to be cooked. It's kind of like aquatic macaroni, isn't it, an octopus?
Yeah, I suppose it is, dude, yeah.
But the skin, once it's been boiled, comes off quite easily.
Now it's fry-up time. You want half an onion,
Good sized slices.
Pop in the onion and sauté.
after a minute, add 5 shiitake mushrooms.
Mushies go in. Come on, Jessica, come and have a look at your dinner.
What are you cooking there?
Right, we've got some onions, some shiitake, and we show people how to... We blanched the octopus, we prepped it, so
In a pan?
octopus goes in.
Nice and quick. That's it, nice hot pan.
Then my red-hot sauce goes in.
Looks really spicy.
So lastly, just pop in some more chilies. Some spring onions, quite big bits. A little splash of sesame oil. There.
It's done. Should
That's
I
it.
lift up the thing?
Yeah.
And that should taste.
It smells really good.
Kind of fiery red and appetising. Bit of black white sesame seeds.
Right, guys. You meat?
This looks like, you know, Korean mother's style.
Yeah, that's
You
a
could
sort
be
of
a
vibe.
Korean mum.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is there a style thing with Korean mums? Is it worth something to aspire to? Maybe the beard would have to go,
We'd have to
perhaps.
dye your hair black.
It's fine.
It's good.
I'll live with that.
Ajma style.
It's good. Really nice.
Good. Looks like our octopus stew isn't going to last for long.
Time to hit the road, mate. There are 3 million vehicles on the streets of Seoul, and it feels like they're all out today.
Whoa! Oh, here we go. I do have to say, Mr. King, that the driving here has been somewhat more aggressive than the rest of Asia.
Oh, yeah, you would. Well, apparently they have the most aggressive drivers in Asia, dude.
Yep. Hurry, 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 hurry. It's a way of life.
South Koreans are so crazy about rushing things that the term parley parley, which translates as hurry hurry is part of the national psyche here.
Mirror, signal, manoeuvre and hope. Well, it stems from the 70s when the president started rewarding companies that built roads and bridges faster than scheduled. You know, Kingy, I feel like we've seen the modern face of Seoul, but it's time to get to grips with more traditional South Korean food.
So there's only one place to go.
What we always say is when you arrive in a new city, to get a flavour of the local food, the local people, the only place really to go is the market. And by heck, apparently, they've got a belter in Seoul.
Yes, the Gwangjang market in central Seoul has 5,000 stalls selling all the Korean food you can think of.
Seoul chef Lucy is going to steer us around.
Oh, wow. What's this?
This is the mung bean pancake. Mung bean pancake was used as the base for the meat. In old time, back in the days, they start only consumed by the workers. And then the owners of household will eat the meat. And all the juice of the meat will soak into the pancake. And then those are for the workers.
So the mung beans are basically being ground into a paste which will form a batter, I guess. Is that the way it works?
The 17th century name for this dish means poor person's pancake. Mung beans are a staple here. These pancakes are popular with Koreans of all social classes who see them as a filling snack.
Let's share and tear.
Thank you.
Oh, hey.
It's really tasty, it's filling, like a lot of humble food.
Yeah.
But you can imagine on a cold, dreary, grey winter's night, this will go down a bomb down the local.
You know what, Dave? The way that this little number's meant to soak up the meat juices reminds me of a good old-fashioned Yorkshire pud.
Oh, crumbs, look at that. Pickle Central. Koreans like toppings to perk up their pancakes and other dishes, and that's where their super spicy range of pickles comes in. So you can get your mung bean pancakes, then go here and get your relishes.
Koreans have been pickling produce for over 1,000 years to preserve it through their long cold winters, when food was scarce.
Chili was added to spice up the fermented fodder, and they believed that the colour of red chili keeps bad luck at bay.
Korean is known for fermentations. So these are sort of like soaked raw crabs and soybeans.
I've never seen a pickled crab before.
It's really good. It's not pickled with vinegar. It's pickled with sometimes with pepper paste or other things that really gives us a deep flavors.
Wow.
And one pickle in particular stands out.
Kimchi.
Kimchi, or fermented cabbage, is the national dish of Korea, and a meal without it is unheard of.
You've got your mung bean pancake, which is a big kind of, it's like a duvet on your tummy. It's a big cuddle of food. And if you had that with a selection of these on the side, you'd have a really, really good meal.
Now, lots of the Korean food we've tried so far would be a massive hit with the Brits. But some of the more exotic fare in the market, well, might be a bit harder to swallow.
What are they, Lucy?
Silkworms. You fry it and you just eat it as a snack. Maybe you should try it.
He loves things like that.
Get lost, you. I thought it's always me. Go on, I'll try one.
Okay. Oh, you have to boil it.
Oh, you have to boil it. Oh,
that's a lucky escape.
how'd you boil it? Oh. Korean boiling technique. Oh.
Now, we know that boiled silkworms might not float your boat.
But there is a Korean culinary classic here that we are excited about. It dates back to the late 1800s and it's got a brilliant name, Bibimbap.
Now, Bibimbap is the nation's favourite fast food, and it's gaining popularity in the West.
Yeah, well, it's said to be super healthy. On all the Korean food wagons in Hollywood, it's said to be Gwyneth Paltrow's favourite. And if it's good enough for healthy Gwyneth, it's good enough for us.
It's like a culinary pick and mix.
It is, on a bed of rice.
You just pick whatever you like. So who wants to go first?
Oh, I think, Mr. Myers, you should go first.
Yes, I'm going to dedicate my bibimbap to Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, to the skinny bird with attitude. First off, the rice. It's a nutritious dish of steamed rice mixed with as many side dishes as you can fit into your bowl. Soybean sauce, red pepper paste and sesame.
And then you can pick,
thank you. Thank you.
Let's see how healthy you go.
Lots of kimchi. Like the other Korean pickles, kimchi is packed with probiotics. Right, Kingy.
Right.
You're on.
What's this?
Chives.
Chives. I'll have some
Seaweed.
seaweed. Now, what's this one?
That's the radish vegetable.
That's
Radish kimchi.
Radish kimchi. Well, I'm going to go with the radish kimchi. And I want a piece of that black pudding.
Oh, you want?
No.
Get in.
I wouldn't pollute Gwynedd with black pudding. Now look at that. It's vibrant, colourful and torrid.
Now, you see, you've got to get the mix of ingredients and colours right. The Korean philosophy on food is all about the balance of your soul.
Oh, this is good. It's the
Definitely.
flavour in the rice. It's so Moorish.
There is a feeling that there is health-giving properties to the food that Koreans eat.
What we think of is that each ingredient have its own nutrition, but the combination of the ingredients is very important.
Yes, I'm really enjoying this.
Really good.
Korean food's packed with vitamins and minerals.
Well, they have a saying here that there's no better medicine than food, and that market proves it. You know, Kingy, Seoul's a very modern city, but you can still see reminders of its troubled past.
I know, mate, and I always think of the American Army and MASH when I think of the Korean War. But did you know almost 100,000 British troops served in it too?
It's kind of our forgotten war, isn't it?
And the threat from North Korea hasn't gone away. The two sides are still officially at war, with the North flexing its nuclear muscles as recently as 2013.
So it's no wonder that the US keeps nearly 30,000 troops on duty here, while South Korea has more than 660,000 on active service and one of the longest military conscriptions in the world, a minimum of 21 months. The Koreans have a long history of defending themselves. In ancient times, they were masters of the bow and arrow.
What was once necessary defence is now South Korea's national sport. Archery to South Korea is what football is to the UK. They love it.
Yeah, but in the UK with our football, sometimes it's a national disappointment. But fortunately, the South Koreans are very good at archery.
In the London Olympics, Korea walked away with 3 gold medals, didn't they?
Yep, broke 2 world records.
And one of the participants in the archery competition that won a gold medal was legally blind.
We've been offered a lesson from Kim Tae-sung, the club secretary here at the Seoul archery range.
Now, we've only agreed to take part on the condition we can, well, get dressed up in full imperial regalia.
Do you want blue? Goes with your eyes. Oh, I've missed my leaf. All right.
No, I got it. No.
Thank you.
Stop there. You ready?
I'm ready.
OK.
Now, Korean kids start firing arrows at primary school, and they train for up to 2 hours a day.
Right, gents, you're gonna shoot from here.
And the best get talent spotted in their teens and hope to be hired by big South Korean firms who all have company teams.
That's right. You get a salary and a pension just for competing in the corporate league. But the arrow keeps slipping. Do I hook that there? Well, I'm not known for my physical coordination, but here goes. So it's above your head, stand like that.
Low.
Oops.
It was unknocked.
Did you get one?
Yeah. I missed the target, but I got the knack.
It's not a simple sound, right?
I don't know
I feel
yet.
very noble, you know.
Come on, come here.
I like Korea.
Yep.
Now, watch and learn, Smiler, watch and learn.
Lower. You can pull more further. Yeah, that's about it. Back off.
Whoa. Hey, it's good. It's good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, Robin Hood.
Robin
Dear,
Hood,
great,
Mr.
great.
King.
Fantastic.
Blummy neck. Kingy, I think you found it.
Simon, don't go back. Don't go back to England. You stay in Korea.
Okay, no,
Right?
great. Yeah, no, that'd be all right.
The
Bring it
Korean
to-
national
hang on.
team.
Give me another-
That was a bullseye. Eee, how lovely.
Now, we're starting to understand what it means to be Korean. And I reckon it's time to try another recipe.
Oh, Kingy, I'm all of a quiver.
Oh, dear me.
I mean, no, there's an air of nobility about the cookery today. There we are underneath the portrait of Emperor Kojong, who is the man who was responsible for forming this archery club. Indeed, this building is in the grounds of his imperial palace. There's poetry, there's beauty.
And the arrow flies straight and swift.
And under these noble eaves, we'll be performing a two-hander. One, a mushang cheese salad made from the versatile Asian radish with a tangy, tasty dressing.
And the star of the show, a spicy beef yukhoe. It's a traditional Korean dish, a bit like French steak tartare, made with raw beef.
I love steak tartare.
I do too.
It's brilliant. You get good beef, why bother cooking it? It's spicy, it's hot, it's vibrant, it's everything you want on a plate.
You want to slice some of the finest beef fillet you can find into long, thin ribbons.
And luckily for us, this country's got top-notch beef. Make no mistake, this isn't a bowl of raw mince.
Do you know sometimes when you have take tartare and it's all chopped? We're not doing that here because that's not the tradition in South Korea. So that's the sort of thickness that you want. And then with the back of your knife, just put some pressure on it, and then you should have perfect ribbons of beef.
Legend has it that the Tartars used to put rough beef under the saddle of their horses. They would ride for miles and miles, and when they got to where they were going, the steak was so tender that you could eat it raw. And then the steak tartare was born.
See that there? That's what we're after.
I'm making a dressing that will make the beef sing. The first stage is crushing garlic, ginger and onion. Very juicy. There is pulp there, but it's mostly kind of the juice and the flavour. When you've got a paste, add 4 shredded spring onions. Well, this has to be fine enough so it disappears around Mr. King's beef. Next, our old Asian chums. Soy sauce and sesame oil go in. Then it's time for the key ingredient, Korean chilli powder. Smell that. What does that remind you of?
It reminds me of smoked paprika.
Yeah. It really is wonderfully aromatic. Try 2 teaspoons. Then add the same amount of sugar to balance and mix it up.
Right. So this goes in here like that, and we just break those ribbons up and coat every single strand and ribbon. I think we're there, mate. I love this country.
I mean, it's not so much as a titillated taste bud as a punch in the kisser.
We're serving the beef with salad leaves and sticks of Asian pear for freshness.
Julian's there.
We're going ball or patty?
Oh, ball. Height.
Height. Yeah, it worked for Gary Rhodes for 20 years, didn't it?
Exactly that. Here we are.
Oh.
And as tradition dictates, a raw quail's egg on top.
And the final garnish, we sprinkle with some white sesame seeds.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Rush.
That is yukhoe.
Tartar, South Korean style.
I'm going to sit in a corner with this on my own.
I tell you what you're
You
going to do.
can do the salad.
You're going to whistle. That's what you're going to do, because you'll nang it.
I will. I love this.
Give it to me, and you
Put it in the fridge?
With the moolie. Yeah, I'll go and
Yeah.
put it in the fridge. Myers!
Now the perfect partner for the beef, a moolie salad.
This humongous radish is also called a daikon. It delivers a peppery hit, a bit like watercress, and it's in loads of Korean dishes. Korean people like to chew. They like a bit of texture with the food. So I'm going to do lots of thin slices first. Then there's a technique to this. What you do is you pile them up and then just lay it down like so. So you see it's all spread out, little slices, and start to...
Genius.
This isn't it. Who needs a food processor? Add some sliced onions and salt to your radish sticks and leave for 10 minutes to draw out the moisture.
Now for the Korean-style salad dressing, and it's a fishy one. Start with some anchovy sauce, then add some sesame oil and a teaspoon of sugar.
You know, Hong Kong, wherever we've been, There's always a tempering with the sweet and the savoury. Ooh, now the big stinker, Korean fermented shrimps.
Lush.
Whoa. And we want about a quarter of a teaspoon of that, just a bit.
Then a dash of Korean apple vinegar, but you could use cider vinegar.
And some chilli powder. So really, it's more like a relish than a salad dressing. Let's just try a little teeny bit. Boom!
Mix the dressing into the radish and add chopped spring onions.
And just pop those in.
And I'm going to put this. Beautiful look. Like that. Light, pungent.
With a bit of a kick.
Time to feed the archers.
I think so. Should we pop it in the pagoda?
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Are you going to come to taste, please?
Please.
Right. Lovely, thank you.
As well as our teacher, Kim Tae-sung, we need to impress the club president, Lee, and our fella archer, So, with our spicy beef tartare and radish salad. Fingers crossed.
Yukhoe? Yukhoe?
Yukhoe.
Yukhoe. Good.
It is good.
It's rooted Jesus. Maybe.
Yeah, good.
Oh, wonderful.
I like the hot spice comes
Just a little nice.
afterward.
Compares very well against the French version of steak tartare.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think you can introduce this even in Paris.
Thank you.
No, not at all. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I like it. Everybody's got
Everybody's got one more.
Yes. What a great day.
It was fab, wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
And do you know, the archery club is a bit like going down the golf club at home, except this is much more kind of cooler, I think. And it's people of all ages, all sexes, all come for a nice time on a Saturday, and they've let us involve. I loved it, Kingy.
Oh, it's great archery.
Oh.
Another hot day in the Seoul city. Today, we're going to take a trip to Seoul's northeastern outskirts.
Here we go, Kingy, the mighty Han River.
And the Han River, doesn't it, has enormous significance to the South Koreans. And they even call their economic recovery the miracle of the Han River.
South Korea's mighty economy is dominated by a handful of massively successful technology firms. There's no doubt that this country knows its onions when it comes to gadgets.
So when we heard that university boffins here had developed a robotic kitchen assistant, we had to wangle a rare invitation into their labs to see it for ourselves.
Oh.
It's very, very quiet in here. There's no reception, is there?
Maybe
reception.
She's the reception.
It can't be a reception, it's a head.
Vision of tomorrow today.
It's true.
Hello, Dave. Welcome to Korea Institute of Science and Technology.
오빠 Gangnam Style.
Yes, stop it!
You always get a dance with a robot. She never says no.
Please go up the stairs to the second floor. Ciro's is waiting for you. Have a great time.
She's got lovely eyes.
Oh, good. Get on.
The wall. Oh, look at these, Kingy. They're like something from Space Family Robinson, aren't they?
Yeah.
Frank's our interpreter for our foray into the future.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, wow.
Seoul is Korea's first walking, talking culinary computer. What's the reason for all this, like, perspex?
It's for safety precautions because they use a knife. Eventually, they want to make it so that it can help out the families and the households.
Right. Ooh. 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 Steady on, son. Steady on. Oh, he's on.
From now on, I'll make a salad.
You look like you're going to strangle me.
This metal masterpiece, you know, has been in development for 8 years.
I'm looking for a knife.
That's what Jack the Ripper said. Seoul is 5'3", weighs 150 kilograms, and is kitted out with stereoscopic cameras laser rangefinders and infrared sensors.
A robot with a
I'll pick
knife.
up a cucumber.
Here he goes. Oh, look at this, look at this.
Cucumber here.
Ah, that's not a cucumber.
That's brilliant.
Isn't it?
I'll chop it.
It's very elegant.
Now, as well as slicing veg very, very slowly, apparently version 3, you know, can also serve tea and stack a dishwasher.
Just put the knife down.
Put the knife down. No need to be violent. Put the knife, Cyril. Put the Cyrus. Put the knife down.
I'll try dressing.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh, no.
A bit heavy on the old dressing there.
Tomatoes will mop it up.
I'll put the tomatoes in salad.
Tomato. It's tomato,
Tomato.
not tomato.
I'll be tired and take a break. Bye.
Dave.
Hello?
Dave.
Yeah?
Leg it.
Maybe we've overloaded poor Cyrus's circuits, you know.
Do you know what I'm realising, though, is so much of the movement, so much of the duties and tasks that we take for granted, they're really, really difficult to replicate. And, you know, I think our jobs are safe.
Absolutely.
You know, Kingy, it's striking how forward-thinking South Korea and its people are.
But they still have a lot of respect, don't they, for ancient traditions, particularly when it comes to food. And there's one national dish we saw in the market earlier and need to investigate further.
Why, heck, the crickets are kicking off, aren't they?
Sakata Rooney.
Aye. But you know, Korean food is famous for its side dishes, and there's one that's served with absolutely everything. That's kimchi. Well, fermented pickled cabbage to you and me.
And still, 50% of all Koreans make their own.
And we've been invited to a family home to learn a recipe that's been passed down from mother to daughter for generations. Eat kimchi, live forever.
We're visiting mother of two Erin, who lives in Seoul's Singpa district, an area popular with families.
Erin learnt how to make kimchi from her grandma, Mrs. Cho, and they've agreed to let us in on the secret family recipe.
It's her role to make the kimchi for our whole family. It takes like a whole 2 days to make the kimchi.
And do you make enough kimchi to last 1 year?
Yeah, almost.
Wow. Kimchi making is still a major annual event for Korean families who gather in the autumn to pickle and ferment their cabbage.
I don't see my grandma as often when I was young, but on the kimchi day, you get together. 재료가 다 없었어.
Mrs. Cho started sitting down, and as soon as we started to talk about the kimchi, she was like, hold on a minute. Okay, so how do we start? All right, here's Grandma. Here she is.
Kimchi is part and parcel of being Korean. People even say kimchi when they have the photograph taken.
You don't mess with Mrs. Cho. That's it. No. Do as you're told, or you're up for it.
Good cabbage, aren't they?
First, you soak it in salt water. The salt is what pickles the cabbage. The fermentation happens later.
Erin soaked some earlier, so the next stage is to pack rock salt into the thicker parts of the cabbage.
It takes all day, can't you? Do you know what I mean?
Did you ever have pickling days at home when you were a kid, Si? We got the pickling onions, pickling spicy, pickle
Yeah. Jam days as well, pickled it, yeah.
Yeah.
You wait for a few more hours and then rinse again.
It's like rubbing through your socks. It is.
Yeah, it's kind of like doing laundry, you know? Okay.
Okay. Brilliant. Never has the humble cabbage had so much attention lavished to it.
Now it's time to get down and dirty and make the sauce. Starting with spring onions, garlic and ginger.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be so fragrant, isn't it?
Fabulous. You see, it's still a flour-based society, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
been a love.
Granny Cho's recipe includes this whopping white radish and some preserved shrimp.
According to the Seoul Museum of Kimchi, and there is one, there are 187 different recipes, and some of those include live prawns and octopus.
You don't need a mixer when you've got Mrs. Chol.
And this family recipe has fruit in it too.
And these are like the oriental pears, which look like a big apple.
This one, we juice the pears.
Pear juice,
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay. So that adds a note of sweetness. This is the Korean chili powder.
Whoa! It's Korean chili powder, which gives kimchi its killer kick.
No.
A lot going on.
The chili is so powerful, we need gloves for protection.
So we're straight in. It's obviously not hot enough. More chili powder's just gone in.
It smells fantastic.
Doesn't it?
Taste it.
Right, and try another bit. Yeah, it's a bit hotter. Yeah, it's splendid.
I could give you a glass of water.
No, it's all right.
It's fine. I think my hair started to grow again. Kimchi's powerful stuff, and it gets stronger still after it's fermented, when the bacteria converts sugars to lactic acid, giving it a sharper taste.
Not a lot of people in the younger generation has all these, you know, equipment for the kimchi. And she's really proud.
Yeah. Pat on the back, pat on the back from Grandma. Well done.
Well, and look, there's the great granddaughters. That's the future of kimchi. Now we need to stuff the cabbage with the sauce, leaf by leaf.
That's too much.
Too much, sorry. There's no stopping your grandmother, is there?
Yeah. Because she's not young anymore, and when we make kimchi, really, I want her to stop and just, let me do it, but she won't let me.
How old is your grandmother?
She's 81.
81. I tell you what, though, she's so agile. Is an advert for kimchi eating.
Dear me, isn't she just?
Oh, hi.
Kimchi is low in calories, high in fibre, iron and vitamins.
Ah, I see, yeah.
And kimchi used to be stored in clay pots in the ground,
So after 1 month, there's treasure in that box.
But these days, most Koreans keep it in a specially designed kimchi fridge, which keeps the temperature between 0 and 2 degrees Celsius.
How am I going to buy a kimchi refrigerator in Barrowing Furnace?
This is our first family meal in South Korea.
We're trying a fully fermented kimchi with the dishes Erin's family always eat on their annual kimchi making day.
Now here's the boss.
It looks such vibrant, appetising food, doesn't it? Got to try the kimchi.
Bon appetit. Yeah, I think we have.
There's a lot. Ah, so is it quite powerful?
Yes.
Oh, hey. That is a taste sensation.
That is fantastic, isn't it? Wow. What's so great is to find something that tastes so good, that actually does you good.
Yes, I can see kimchi catching on back home, perking up comfort food like we use piccalilli or horseradish.
This is lovely.
Isn't it good?
Oh, God, yes.
It's so fun to cook for people.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
So good.
Over half the visitors to South Korea get no further than Seoul.
Nice road! Beautiful, isn't it? And we don't want to join that number.
So we're leaving the capital behind and heading 100 miles east to the coastal city of Sokcho.
Do you know, it's not a bad life. Lovely motorbike, sun's going down, one of the most beautiful lakes in Korea, and my belly's full of chilies. Couldn't get much better, really. There's hardly anybody here. Yeah.
You know, we're not far away from the border with North Korea here, mate. It's the world's most heavily guarded frontier.
Our route passes just below the 160-mile long, 2-mile wide strip of land running across the Korean peninsula, which is known as the demilitarized zone. Oh, mate, fantastic! Look at that! I know, doesn't it look a very dark, mysterious lake?
Fancy a pit stop, mate?
Why not? South Koreans are mad for exercise. You find these little free workout stations all over South Korea.
And you know how we just love an opportunity to perfect our physiques.
Fried chicken, go away! I am a slalom, it makes me feel good.
My life as a human pendulum.
I like this one. Oh, it's belter, this.
It is, isn't it?
Tell you what, though.
What?
How do you stop?
I don't know.
I think I'm going to go 360 here.
We'll have.
Ooh.
Just let it go. No, bugger doesn't stop, does it?
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. How do you stop it once you get going?
Just relax.
Oh, it comes off.
And suitably energised, it's time to get back on our bikes and make for our final destination.
Well, mate, I didn't know what to expect from the Korean seaside, and it is a surprise, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Now, Sokcho may lie on the shores of the Sea of Japan, but if you're longing for white sands and palm trees, you won't find them here. Koreans love a day at the seaside. They get 28 paid days holiday a year. And, you know, there's nothing better. Glimmer of sunshine, get down to the beach.
I'll tell you what this reminds us of? North Shields.
It's got all the glitz and the colour of seaside,
Yeah,
but there's no rock. Squid.
Yeah, fish.
Fish. It's seafood bonkers here.
And today, this seaside resort has gone bonkers for one scrumptious sea creature in particular.
Do you know, Dave, I'm sensing a recurring theme in this town of Sokcho.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of squid. Overnight, fishermen have been hauling their catch from the deep. But for some squid, a curious fate awaits them as they are returned back to the sea in celebration of a special event.
Aha. Now, it's not some, let's all save the squid moment. Oh, no. This is an opportunity for holidaymakers to take part in Sokcho's famous Squid Festival.
And of course, we're going to join in.
Luckily, we've got Charles, a Sokcho local, to guide us through.
What do you do at a squid festival, Charles?
They host about hundreds of squids in the water, and then we go jump into the water and then catch the squid with the hands.
You see, when you join up for the Squid Festival, you're given a plastic bag for your squid, some gloves, because apparently the squid bite, your official wristband, like Glastonbury, but for squid, and your T-shirt.
The only slight snag is all the PA is in Korean. So we're trying to find out what Korean is for go.
Go.
가자!
가자!
가자! Let's go!
The anticipation is overwhelming as the crowd is silent.
네, 안녕하세요. 인사하겠습니다. 저는 장사 청년의 추진영 의원입니다. 반갑습니다. 안녕하세요.
Yeah, Dave, be careful, you know, we're not far from where they found that giant squid a few years ago in Japan, you know.
Oh, you mean that 23-foot one with an eye the size of a beach ball?
Yeah, that's the one, better go carefully, yeah?
There's some kids that's got like 3 or 4 in each bag. I mean, they're really quite good. How many did you catch?
I'm not sure.
Wow! Dude. They're good sized squid.
They're fab. That's Charles's squid.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right.
And I've got 2 little ones.
But you know what? That's enough.
I think so.
That's enough for a nice little meal.
It is.
Most people here line up to have their squid prepared at a beach restaurant. Some have it steamed, but others opt for the squid sashimi option.
Which means it's minced and eaten raw.
What are we going to do with them, Charles?
Squid sundae.
Squid sundae!
Right.
Read about that. It's nothing to do with ice cream.
Isn't it?
No, it's not an ice cream sundae.
It's not? It's a squid?
Yes.
Sundae. Well, let's do that.
It's not sundae, it's a sundae. It's a totally different one. Yeah, right.
And there's you putting a glassy cherry on the top. Sundae is a dish dating back to ancient Mongolian times, made from stuffing animal intestines with a range of ingredients.
Here in Sokcho, they stuff squid instead and serve it as a beach snack.
So you've got the squid tubes. What's in the stuffing?
The sticky rice, the vegetables, and onion, and chopped squid legs.
And scallion.
The tentacles.
Top tip from the lady.
Yeah.
이렇게 요 준비한 내용물을 여기다 집어넣으면 돼요.
Have you got that, mate?
Yeah.
We need to write that recipe down.
So you use a sawn-off water bottle as a squid stuffer.
이렇게 해서 이제 내용
And we can't resist making our own squid sundae.
So easy with this method.
Where did you get the recipe from?
이거 이렇게 만드는 방법 어떻게 개발하신 거예요?
아, 이북에서들 오징어 순대, 아바이 순대라는 게 있잖아요.
Learn from her mom, who is come from North Korea. Yeah, the recipe is really the original from North Korea.
내용물은 만져서 어느 정도 이제 통통해질 때까지 이 정도면 됩니다.
Yes, fine.
이렇게 해가지고.
Fine. Finished. They're put in a steamer for 20 minutes.
이렇게 되는 거예요.
So when they start to look like cartoon bombs, that's, you know, they're done.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Then the squid sausage is sliced, dipped in egg and fried.
Well, this is like a very well-dressed squid, isn't it?
It is. Father's generation, there are not much the food to eat.
Right.
So most of food from sea or whatever, they just marinated or seasoned or fermented to store longer. Yeah.
It's really nice. The texture of the stuffing is very, very much like haggis.
It is.
It is.
Oh, no, it is.
That is good. And I love that Squid Festival. There's some really nice families there having a really proper family day out.
Very lovely it is too.
You know what I've realised? Is that so many of South Korea's favourite dishes were born out of necessity during its poor and troubled past.
And today, with the country changing so quickly, people really value those food traditions.
You know, and I'm going away assured that Korean food, it's original, it's exciting, and it's absolutely bursting with flavour. I mean, I firmly believe that Korean food, it deserves to be as popular as any other Asian cuisine that we have on our high streets in the UK.
What is reassuring to see is that Koreans are still eating and still cooking those traditional dishes that they've known and loved throughout the centuries. And actually, with flavours like that, long may it continue.
I'll second that. There's only one thing left to say. Kimchi!